Please be sure you do have a pressure canner. Do not use a water bath for this. The meat is a low acid food, and so it definitely needs a pressure canner to process correctly. I have my canner warm already. I have about 3 quarts of water in there. Check the book that comes with your pressure canner to determine how much water goes in there. But usually it's around 3 quarts of water. Your water does not cover your jars. It just fills in just the very bottom of the canner. I already have my jars in the canner today. What I do is I put them in there to warm up. I am doing pints today, and we're going to use some regular mouth jars. Often when I'm doing meat, I like to use a wide mouth jar. It makes the jar easier to clean. Meat tends to leave a residue inside your jar, but my wide mouths are all used up, and so we're just going to use regular mouth because that's just kind of a personal preference thing.